We are talking to Prab Singh. Prab heads an organization in India called the CollegeSource that provides life coaching to adolescents and support to their family through the process of deciding their higher education and career goals. Hi Prab.
Hey.
So could you tell me a little bit more about the CollegeSource?
Sure. Well, I originally came to India in high school, as I mentioned. My father converted to Sikhism when I was young, so I wanted to be in a place where people knew what Sikhs were. So I came to high school here, and then subsequently after college and my graduate degree, I was offered a job to come back to Bangalore. The business was really in outsourcing, and I found an opportunity to really learn a lot more about myself through that experience, but also be in a place where it was a very exciting time, and the changes that were happening in India kept me here. Coincidentally, as often happens with our career choices, I met an individual who does life coaching for teenagers who are seeking advice about career objectives and higher education goals. And when I talked to him, I said, you should really be in India. And that was more from my own perspective of the lack of information that I had when I was in high school here in India. I think that the issues that I identified that students have now is almost too much information, and it's how do we make choices with all the information that's available. So I learned under this individual and came back to Bangalore to set up the business, and that was in 2003.
Okay, so now coming to the magazine Parent Edge. When Sudha first told you about Parent Edge, what interested you about the magazine?
Well, it's one of the things that I tried to develop in my own business was that this is very much a family decision. The individual that I mentored under mostly just worked with the students. In the US, it was very common that they wanted some assistance with the student directly, but they were pretty much, hands off otherwise. And I think that's some part of the cultures. When you turn 17, 18, it's the parents are, you're on your own now. But in India, I recognized through my own experience of being here that this was very much a family decision. And just as the student doesn't know how to deal with as much information as out there, I think the parents probably, through their years of experience, are even more concerned about some of the decisions of sending their children so far away. So I thought it was an ideal opportunity to gather that information in one place, and I just felt like it was a very interesting niche that nobody else had connected to.
So what made you offer to be on the panel of experts for the magazine?
Well, honestly, I had worked with Sudha's son, so I knew the family very well, and that was certainly a big contributing factor. I, again, was very excited about the opportunity of connecting directly to parents, addressing some of the shared concerns that parents have when they send their children abroad. And I felt that I could offer something, not only through my own advice, but through the students that I work with and the families that have already experienced this.
Okay, so in your opinion, how can Parent Edge benefit the Indian parent with school-going kids?
Well, I think that, like I said, I think a lot of the concerns are very shared concerns. Though I approach each family as a unique situation, each student is a unique student with unique goals, a lot of the concerns that parents have are very similar. So I think Parent Edge can address some of those concerns, and more importantly, I think Parent Edge can help families understand more than the typical Ivy League, well-known schools that are out there. They can illuminate a lot of the hidden gems, a lot of the things that parents might not know what to ask. I think that would be one of the greatest advantages to Parent Edge, is that though parents have a lot of shared concerns which will be addressed, there are a lot of concerns that should be shared that are not known. And being that Parent Edge is addressing these issues with families that have gone before, Parent Edge will be in a unique position to parents know what questions they should be asking.